You know, January can't end fast enough here, guys. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. I can do a review on something that is outrightly good or outrightly bad. I can do a review on something that's even moderately good or moderately bad just because there's at least something positive or negative I can do a long tirade or rant on. But so far, January, which is usually the dumping ground of movies, or the bad ones as it would be because they can't make it to the season, they just dump them in January, they haven't been, well, that bad. In fact, they've just been middle of the road average. And some would say that's okay, you know, an average movie is an average movie. But I like to go see something good, you know, worth my time and actual money. And Maze Runner: The Death Cure kind of falls into that weird genre, in that it's not bad, but it's not good. But as far as the YA novel movies are concerned, it's one of the best ones they've made. For those of you who don't know, YA means young adult, and those are the movies you can expect, like your Twilight movies, your Divergence movies, Maze Runner, even 50 Shades of Grey technically counts as a YA novel, to my understanding, even though its primary audience is mostly women ages, middle age technically is what the data read, so I don't know what they count as middle age. But still, that's a topic for another day. But anyway, Maze Runner: The Death Cure, like I say, it's just middle of the road average. There's not much to talk about. The action is okay, it's actually shot well, and thank whatever, there's no BS bogus switch at the end that someone's secretly a traitor that gets a lot of people killed. And look, my biggest problem with this movie is the romance between Thomas and Teresa? Teresa, I think that's her name. Teresa? Yeah, Teresa. I have no memory of the previous movies, guys, except for the fact that the Scorch Trial was just utter garbage and just made me want to go, why? Why do you have zombies now? But it's okay, they're not really that much in this movie, even though they kind of are. The infected now, some of them have kept their mentality because there's different stages and everything, and it's all over the place. But when it settles down to let the action and the heist play out, it's actually not bad. The one good thing I will give this movie is their heists, as they would be. Shack a bunch of kids, liberate a bunch of kids, get out of a city. They're all plans that, you know, seems like they put some time and effort into thinking how this should be executed, and you can believe it in its execution. Where in some other movies, you'll just roll your eyes at, really? So he had to be there at the exact same moment, at the exact same point? But this one, it seems like they, you know, geared everything up to knowing where they should be and have at least planned everything out. They even mentioned how months of planning, and this takes place months after the Scorch Trial. And I have read something a little bit that says this might be a commentary on the wall that Trump says he's gonna build. Stop reading into this types of things, guys. Especially when this novel was written way before that actually came out, from what a Wikipedia search showed me. So, there's that. But, yeah, Thomas and Teresa, whatever her name is, just... it was painful to watch. Thomas is still as bland as ever, and Teresa's just, I'm sorry, but after you betray all of your friends and murder so many people, my sympathy for you goes away. Literally, like, the events of the last movie are still felt heavy, especially by Pence, who is not in this movie that much, but he's in it for a little bit. And he's got all right to be mad when her name is brought up. His entire resistance force, or liberation force, I remember correctly, was killed because of her. And even Mao, I believe his name was, the Asian guy who they try to go save. Yeah, even he's like, no, you betrayed us. You die. We hate you. But Thomas has a thing for her, so you know he's going to try to save her, and she'll be turned to the good, yada, yada, yada. And Peter Baelish will be in here because Peter Baelish is freaking amazing. And I know the actor has a name, but I can only see him as Peter Baelish because every single character he plays is basically the same way. Even in King Arthur, it was him, just he hadn't betrayed King Arthur yet. Give it time for the inevitable sequel they were trying to make. But topic for another day. I will say, the relationship between Thomas and Newt, though, was actually kind of enjoyable. Rewrite the script a little bit, or basically rewrite the books as it would have to be, but you have the makings of a very interesting bromance novel. I don't know what those would be called, but I think it would honestly be better because those two have actually legit chemistry. And when events happen, you feel it, happening, and it kind of sucks, so there's that. But, yeah. I guess for final thoughts on this movie, guys, it's not good, not bad, just is. Not worth seeing in the theaters, not really worth seeing at home unless you're really bored. And I guess fans of the series will probably enjoy it just because it pays it all off and it doesn't do the whole try to make this its, own movie. They just, finish the story, which is to be commended, especially when they don't do that BS thing they're doing now with, oh, it's part 1 and part 2. This movie's so grand it can only be fit into 2 movies. Bull. Throughout time immemorial, movies have done with literally an hour and a half. A good writer and a good director, you can make a movie in an hour and a half that is as powerful as potent as anything you need. I blame Harry Potter for this, but in their defense, their last book was over 900 pages, if I remember correctly. So they kind of had an uphill battle to begin with. But as for this one, yeah, like I said, don't see it in the theaters. Maybe watch it at home if you're a fan. Maybe that's the only way I could even recommend this. And even at that moment, it's only really just a matinee at best. So, yeah, sorry guys. Know you've been waiting. Got some more videos coming up. Hopefully, as long as I don't get sick again. And here's hoping February is going to be better than the last one. I know I get to go see 50 Shades of Freedom. Yay! Before I do that, I will in fact do a review on 50 Shades of Black and 50 Shades Darker. So you can look forward to those when they come out. Anyway guys, as always, I'm Kevin Riley signing off, and I'll see you all next time. Later.